Hi, everybody. Old Dynamite here, the voice of Bishop Promotions and American Combat Alliance, a.k.a. 12, coming to you here tonight. Standing next to me, one half of our co-main event of the evening. He is known as the highlight reel. Donavan Beard, representing Arkansas Off the Chain MMA. Donavan, you've got your work cut out for you tonight. You've got a big man, 6 feet 6 inches of Jessie Henry. You're going to be taking on inside the a.k.a. cage here tonight. You ready to add another clip to the highlight reel?
You already know.
So what are you going to do as far as when you're dealing with a big man? I've had to ask a few other fighters this in some interviews. A little bit of a reach advantage there. You got to find a way to take those angles to get inside of that. How do you see yourself overcoming that reach here tonight?
Well, I just got to be more than patient, and I just got to be more than accurate. That's all that is to it. And just got to be focused more than usual. So we're going to come in here with a game plan, and we're going to execute it.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event, 190-pound catch weight, the highlight reel, Donavan Beard taking on Jessie Henry here at a.k.a. 12. And standing next to me is one half of our co-main event of the evening, Shreveport's finest, ladies and gentlemen. He is known as Overtime, the skyscraper 6 foot 6 inches of Jessie Henry. Jessie, how about it, man? You and your opponent both making your professional debuts here tonight. A lot of pressure, maybe a little more so on you fighting in front of that hometown crowd. How you feeling, big man?
Man, I feel great. Me and this guy was supposed to fight 3 times before this. I fought 2 of his teammates before, so I kind of have a feel of how that gym goes out. So I'm sticking to the game plan, and hopefully I get to finish.
You and Coach Knutson doing big things over there at Synergy Martial Arts Academy. Have you done something special to prepare just for Donavan here tonight?
Not anything just special for him. I like to stay on my P's and Q's all the way around, so I'm ready for anybody. Me and him, it was a 5-day notice for, this matchup, so I like to stay ready for anyone.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Overtime. He's going to be putting in work here tonight. Jessie Henry in our co-main event right here live in Shreveport, a.k.a. 12. Check us out on Flow Combat. My name is Dynamite along with Jessie Henry, and we're going to see you cage side here tonight.
And here they go. Jessie Henry's debut pro fight took it on last minute. That'll probably be the reason why there was a catch weight at 190.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I want to say he signed the contract early this week or like late last week. Donavan appears to be playing the outside pretty well, not fully committing, but landing some solid strikes when he does.
And those low kicks are hard.
Man, they add up quick. People don't give him enough credit.
Hands come together.
You know, when you're 9 feet tall, it's really hard to leg trip somebody.
That is the truth. That is the truth. Probably not the one there, Donavan Beard, but good entry. Hands came together, double underhooks, and, he's definitely in the better position here.
Yeah, Jessie can just kind of defend some of those knee attacks real quick. That thigh is going to wear out quick.
Really looks like Donavan Beard's going after the legs, starting with the low kick and then knees to the thighs here against the fence.
Well, using a lot of forehead. I've really been seeing a lot of that tonight, and I really like it. Just that constant uncomfortableness of the guy on top to the bottom, it really does change what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're able to keep their hips squared up, you're not a threat for people to threaten with arm bars and triangles from the bottom. So he's doing a good job with that head pressure and keeping those hips centered.
And one thing I hope Jessie remembers for bottom and top is elbows are now legal. He is a pro. So, it's real nice when they have the wrist, you just turn it over and land it and vice versa. He can really be throwing elbows now if he wanted to.
Now, Jessie, really tall, really long guy. I know he's got some triangle setups from here, and it looks like that's what he's working towards, is maybe trying to set up a triangle. But every minute that ticks by on this clock is a minute you're spending underneath this guy, and that's not winning you the round.
No, I will say, though, Donovan's not really doing much to push the pace here. He's just kind of pushing through, keeping pressure. He's definitely in control here, but I don't see any dangers.
And it's probably one of the things that works against you when you're driving your forehead into somebody's face is you're not posturing up, punching, and passing.
There it is.
There's a nice elbow.
Oh, now he's trying to work it a little higher guard. Donovan's doing real good, like you said, driving that in.
Jessie really working for that triangle. I have a feeling he's a triangle guy. Looks like, man.
God, look at that. He kept that.
If he's able to get this, I mean, that is just incredible dexterity.
Look at that. He might have it. Wow. If he could fight back.
He's got to fight back to it. And, you know, anytime we go for these submission attempts, we both know how much it takes out of your legs. And
yeah.
But guys who triangle, they can chunk them up, yeah?
Absolutely. Donovan did a good job, though, of really posturing up to rip out of that. And since then, he's putting the pressure right back on. Except this time he's in a disadvantage for Jessie being in a half guard. He didn't have his full guard anymore to help, push him away.
I know Jessie likes to play guard and likes to play off his back, but he's got to know we lose in these minutes.
Good news is, being pro, it's a 5-minute round, so that's gives you a lot more time to work, a lot more opportunity for the ups and downs.
Donavan Beard fighting tough, doing a good job, riding on top. Here we go, Jessie with another triangle attempt.
Still able to play a nice close guard, though, and that's not good for Donavan. Donovan's doing a real good job of constantly being in Jessie's face, whether he's pushing on it with his hand or just punches or elbows. Like, when you have that over your mouth, it just disrupts your breathing enough that it does eventually cause problems.
Yeah, he's being real sharp and not over-exaggerating his punches. Something that you see a lot of young amateurs do is that they swing so wild on the ground, nothing seems effective. And Donavan Beard doing a good job of keeping his punches nice and short. Here we go, another triangle attempt.
That looks very smooth.
I think Jessie's tired.
I think he's tired. I think they're starting to get sweaty. They're 5 minutes in now.
Donavan Beard doing an excellent job, riding heavy on top, landing elbows. And again, being short, choppy, and precise with his ground and pound, not winding things up and throwing wild shots.
Absolutely. I have to give him this first round. He definitely very well controlled. Jessie did throw up a couple attempts and, definitely put the danger in, but nothing actually ever came close to being finished. And
yeah, if Jessie wants to play guard, I'm okay with it, but he's got to use his guard to set up either his stand-up or finish a submission. Oftentimes when guys posture out of things like triangles, it creates the opportunity to get back to our feet, but we have to know that moment when it happens and we have to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Being the Donovan ones that initiated it going to the ground and having to defend a few submission attempts, I wonder if he'll make the same choice again or if he's going to try and stand up with Jessie. That's a lot of reach to overcome. Both seem to have a lot of pep in their step. Nobody seems to be dragging up from the corner. And here we go, round two.
Nice sharp strikes from Donavan Beard early on. Long jab.
Yeah, leg kick. Donovan's got a good amount of speed that I think Jessie's not anticipating.
He does. He fires that jab nice and sharp, has some good hands. Switching stances. Man, Donavan Beard looking really sharp here. Ooh, Jessie almost snuck that knee in as he changed levels.
Very nice takedown by Donavan.
Got his hands locked together, elevated him, scored. Passed right into half guard too. We're not having to deal with those triangles now that we're sitting in half guard. And if you're Jessie Henry, you got to be shrimping, you got to be moving, you got to.
Absolutely. I mean, the last round ended in this similar position where he's able to trap the hand and drop some good elbows on the side of his face. If he doesn't start moving and working those underhooks or something in nature, at least control him like he is there, he's destined to eat those same elbows.
Donavan Beard so far displaying a full arsenal, wrestling, striking. He looks as if he's competent in all areas. And though we've seen Jessie pull it out before from off his back, as this fight continues to move on, it just seems like a daunting task. Jessie trying to shrimp, but he's stuck against the fence. You know, that's one of the issues we run into in the cage is we're not out in the open, stuck against the wall. Got to learn how to use that thing, build up it.
Absolutely. Donovan's doing a good job. Like, he's just keeping the pressure centered on top, as you said, where you can't shrimp out of the cage. At the same time, you can't go center. Jessie getting back to his guard, this might change some things.
Seems like Donovan's accelerating here as if he's getting more confident as this fight goes on. Just turned over a nice elbow in the guard. Let's see if he gets busy with the ground and pound. Jessie continues to work for that triangle. You got to give it to him.
Hey, I mean, I think it's one of those things that if he can get it locked up, he's confident it'll work.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, MMA, triangles, no-gi, it gets tough. It gets slippery, and especially at the pro level, they learn to just shuck it, kind of similar to what just happened there, and it just makes it tough.
And listen, as a triangle guy, as you've gone for it multiple times and you've squeezed, it gets harder to lock that thing up. And, you know, when you're fresh, sometimes those bad boys just snap right into place, but not right now.
Yeah, Jessie's a 5-minute round on the ground with elbows. It's not the same as just doing jiu-jitsu in the gym.
Absolutely not.
You know,
and though those rounds of jiu-jitsu in the gym certainly help, Jessie just trying to muscle him over there with a momentum shift. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't want to use the word desperate attempts, but definitely not as advised.
Donavan Beard just being sharp, you know, taking the wind out of Jessie's sails, and every issue that Jessie presents, Donavan answers and passes with flying colors. And now he's got the Dagestani handcuff here. It's a bad spot for Jessie Henry, landing hard shots. Well, Jessie, though, relentless with that triangle attempt.
Donavan seems able to coast at whatever pace he wants. I think that's very important at the pro level, that he's showing that Jessie may not be ready for. Is when Donavan wants it to move fast, it moves fast, and when he slows it down, you know, Jessie's forced to slow it down with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Donavan has Jessie's hand trapped here too. It's a tough position to be in.
I think it's definitely causing some problems for him.
This is where Jessie's length works against him, you know, when somebody's got your hand pinned behind your back. Jessie, though, relentless with that triangle attempt. Sets up his triangle similar to the way I do. I like to come through the armpit and attack. And it's tricky.
I think his issue when he goes for it is he doesn't have the head control, and he's able to just slip right out. And it's almost like that's how he's passing the guard.
Yeah.
He's like, this is a lot more work. If I just let him go for a triangle, get out a lot quicker. Donavan gets up with a lot of confidence and not very much labored breathing. He came prepared for this fight.
10 minutes of hard work put in, but sometimes when you're riding on top, doing all the scoring, you don't wear down as much.
No, this is definitely Donovan's winning this fight. It's his to lose. I have a feeling we see the same gameplay come out in the third. He comes out, you know, see if he can get him tired enough to get some good striking in, and then as soon as he feels Jessie start to push back, he's going to go for the takedown again and just grind for a finish.
And I can't blame him, you know.
No, it's worked for 2 rounds. Why switch it up for the third?
He's already kind of put the blueprint into play, and everything has looked good thus far. Jessie needs a big round, needs a finish here.
Yep, I think if Jessie can stay focused and keep in the positions he wants, I think there's opportunity for submissions. I mean, we see them all the time where guys are just losing badly and just come out and squeak out a submission victory. He definitely looks ready. Wonderful sportsmanship. I love it.
Ooh-wee.
Nice head kick off the back.
And you can see Donavan still fresh.
And see those leg kicks starting to add up. You can see him really trying to keep his balance on it.
Donavan Beard, eyes wide open. Looks like he's seeing everything. This is a nice straight right hand by Jessie Henry.
Donovan's very crisp, methodical. Like he throws what he wants when he wants, and that's it.
He's got a lot of tools too. I mean,
Like I said, it's hard to leg trip someone 8 feet tall. Oh, and he does it.
took the second attempt, but yeah.
Hey, nevertheless.
Jessie needs to be working towards his half guard side and trying to gain his underhook so that he can either build up on his hip, get back to his feet, or take the back.
Yeah, the problem when you get this deep into the fights and you're on bottom in a bad position, sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do that potentially could lose a fight for you, but you have to if you want to win.
You got to go for broke, as they say, and you know, Jessie right here, he's not in a great spot, but he's got to grab an underhook. He's got to start to try to build up, because if the fight continues to go this way, it's going to be unanimous decision. Jesse's still being
Let's see if he can
forthright.
connect his hands.
I mean, battling through, trying to finish, trying to get to submissions, but
If he can connect his hands, he might be able to. He's got a leg and an arm.
and this is where that length really comes into play. I mean, Jessie shouldn't be able to win this position, but because he's so lanky and awkward.
Contrary to popular belief, people think that you have to bend the elbows at 90, but he can actually put a lot of torque on that shoulder. Look at his face. There's a lot of grimacing. He can really torque that shoulder with the elbow straight.
And if nothing else, Jessie's going to end up on top.
Oh, my goodness.
Donavan Beard does a good job of scrambling and ending up on Jessie's back somehow.
Jessie had everything going for him, and I think at some point he just, I think the conditioning is finally wearing in on him.
And you got to give credit to Donavan Beard there, kind of being in trouble but still ending up in a good spot, and that's the mark of a good competitor.
Absolutely. He pushed through and he persevered, and now he's able to be on.
I really think Donavan could posture up right here and really cause some damage.
Yeah, I think he's going to go the safer route.
Yeah.
Work for a choke or just control. He still has 2 minutes left, and last thing you want to do is give Jessie an opportunity.
Looking like he's sliding in there. Okay. Jessie beats it. Looked like he was going for a head and arm choke there for a second, but
Jessie still seems to be fighting with whatever energy he has left.
you can't question the toughness of Jessie Henry. He's certainly putting in the work, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised, even exhausted here. I bet we see another triangle attempt before this fight ends.
As I said, there's a minute and a half left, and the guys that constantly push it, I mean, they can get them.
Stranger things.
You hear Jessie's corner really pushing him to move and fight and push and asking him how bad he wants it. And 15 minutes of fighting is really tough for anybody who's never actually done it. And,
Exactly. Yeah, we're 14 minutes into this fight, 1 minute left, and it's easy to scream, to dig deep, but you know, sometimes easier said than done.
Yep, this is one of those positions where I said you got to do something you don't want to do, and he's doing it. He's in the effort to fight to the end and finish. He's giving him his back. He's turning.
I think tonight he's just run into a guy who has a more complete game. You know, obviously Jessie is a dangerous jiu-jitsu fighter and can finish off his back, but Donavan Beard, sharp on top, great striking, and fundamentally sound everywhere. So he's gotten it done tonight.
Yeah. I think Donovan's going. Jesse's going one more time for that Kimura grip if he can lock it up. I just don't think he quite has the energy. Going for a head and arm with 10 seconds left. I think it's going to go to the judges.
Yeah, I like the vigor there at the end, Donavan Beard. Nice work. Good win.
Absolutely.
Could have postured up, used a little more of that work though during the fight, and I think he maybe could have gotten out of there. Who knows?
Yeah, I definitely want to say he played it safe because, I mean, he actually stood up for a while in the beginning.
And listen, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, he got his takedown. He grinded it out, and he got the win.
Overall impressive performance by Donavan Beard. You know, Jessie Henry, as we all do, has plenty to work on, and I know we'll see this guy back in here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can tell most people don't get the opportunity to fight 3-round battle like that. Everybody I've seen who does comes back better.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts action, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges have seen and scored this fight the same way. Therefore, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Donavan, the highlight reel Beard.
I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it. No kidding. Breaking down a swish in front of your building. Sitting on the steps, feeling no feelings.